Hello, everybody. My name's Shasta.
My name's Alexis.
My name's Hunter.
My name's Sarah.
And this is the AI Therapy Podcast. And we're just going to talk about how we feel about AI therapy and all of our opinions and our beliefs, I guess. So, all right. So, we're going to start off with backgrounds. And I guess Sarah G wants to go first.
I am a therapist whose job is being taken by AI, which is absolute baloney if you ask me, because who wants to talk to a robot?
I'm Hunter. I used AI therapy to recover from my moonshine addiction.
Okay, so I am actually a laundromat owner, and I don't get a lot of outside time because I'm watching socks go around, and I just overthink a lot. And I did actually used to go to Sarah for therapy, but, you know, the bills got hard to pay.
Actually, she didn't even pay me. She, never ended up doing it. She would show up. She would leave after 10 minutes. Because, someone will call her, and I'm pissed.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, I'm Alexis, and I'm a recovering addict, but I'm sober right now, so it's fine. And I used to use AI therapy, but I just couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford real therapy, so I had to switch over to AI therapy, and it just didn't really help me.
Yeah. Okay, that was great. We have a little bit of a base there to start out. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast, I do want to say a word from our sponsor and how this is all possible.
Thank you, Home Depot.
No, unfortunately, we don't have Home Depot as a sponsor, but maybe next time. No, not that either. It's Sarah G Takes Mental Health, or as we like to call it, SGMH. We're trying to really put this out there. So Sarah Guerrero is a considerate, real person therapist that takes action and understands all sides of your personal problems. So don't wait, because Sarah G is waiting to take action of your mental health. And Sarah G, without you, none of this would be possible. Now that we've got that done, let's talk about AI. We can all kind of talk about our views and how we feel about it. To put it into a couple words, a computer is just a box with wires and electricity. It can say, I'm sorry you're sad, but it doesn't actually know what sad feels like. When you tell a secret to a person you trust, they keep it safe in their heart. And when you tell a secret to a computer, it saves it in a giant brain owned by a company. And that's kind of like the shortened version of it. And then I'm going to hand it over to Hunter. And he's going to talk about the statistics and all of it,
Okay, so basically, AI therapy uses artificial intelligence, primarily through chatbots and apps to provide accessible on-demand mental health support. It's often using techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy, which is also known as CBT, for managing stress, anxiety, etc., etc. It acts as a supplement or initial point of contact rather than replacement for human therapists. It's also very popular because it gives you privacy rather than talking to another human being, and that was a big concern.
Okay, so
it takes
one important
a few assets
addition is
to make
conversational
AI work
agents.
correctly, and I'm a hand over
AI
to
chatbots
Alexis
use
to
actual language
continue talking.
processing, to understand user input and provide supportive, responses, coping strategies, and thought reframing exercises. But AI also uses personalized tools, which features and apps offer mood tracking, guided meditations, journaling prompts, and skill building exercises that can be formed to a single person's personality. And one of the last big things that I've realized is AI does is data analysis, which is AI analyzes users' data and mood patterns to offer insights and track progress over time, helping users recognize triggers.
Okay, and just for a disclaimer, obviously we didn't pull that out of our own heads. We did some research. We wanted to get some real hard facts about it instead of just going from our own opinions, because we want this to be real and authentic. So first, we're going to start off with Sarah G, and she's going to really get into the depths of how this is affecting her life and how she pays the bills.
So basically, I used to be booked Monday through Friday, all right? My work schedule was good. I was making a lot of money. I was bringing it in. You know, I had famous people coming and talking to me about their feelings. And then, what? I look on my phone and I see this app. Chat something. Chat SMT or something. Chat Jibbity. It might be that. I don't know. But basically, they're talking to this thing that's literally killing the polar bears. Why? When they can come talk to me, I can't tell them their secrets. Can't tell nobody, and I don't understand. See, some people are so scared. Oh, AI's gonna kill us all. You're right. Okay, we're all gonna die. I'm too rich to die, though. Okay, because again, if Kylie Jenner's telling me about Timothy Chalamet and their engagement before anyone else, I'm trustworthy. Okay, but these AI bots, they don't know what they're talking about. It's just all coming from Jeff Bezos's something. All right, so don't talk to them. They're dumb. And that's basically, forget the robots, bro.
Thank you, Sarah G. I think that was inspirational. I think we can all kind of agree on that. You know, you've been there for us. I mean, we couldn't have even started this podcast without your therapy business. And, you know, we've used you and talked about our feelings for you. I think it's beautiful.
Hit me up if you want her secrets.
Okay. I think I'm just going to pass it on to myself because I have a lot to say.
Then you wouldn't be passing it if you're just...
Okay. So, to be so honest, I spend my days listening to machines spin in circles, and I hear people who come in and out waiting for their clothes to wash. They just talk about their lives. They overthink their lives. So naturally, I've become an avid overthinker myself. You know, like I said, I used to go to Sarah G, and I just couldn't balance my busy business and take hours out of my day just to complain to someone all day. But, you know, maybe it was worth it. So I almost caved in on the whole, like, AI thing. But I was just sitting there thinking, of course, and I realized that computers might have answers, but humans have feelings. They think deeply from their own experiences, not things they've researched. So, yeah. In my mind, I might go to AI to answer my late night thoughts or, like, random symptoms or for another opinion. But I think it'll analyze in a different way that actual human beings can understand. So, machines are great. I love them. I even trust them with my socks, but I'd never trust them with my emotional baggage. Sometimes I fear it will use my thoughts as experiments. So, you know, that's kind of scary.
Okay, this is Hunter again. I think that people should not use AI. You know, it's on a computer. I think we should just, you know, go to the professionals. I was really addicted on moonshine, and I kind of turned to AI because I couldn't afford, like, to drive to a big town, you know, and I was out in the middle of nowhere, so that's all I had was a screen, you know, and it worked, kind of, but then, like, I realized it was just words, you know, so it didn't really help me at all. You know, you need someone to talk to if you're actually struggling, not just some stupid AI on a computer. So I don't think it's really necessary.
So did that help you did it help you recover from your moonshine addiction, or was it kind of just a distraction?
No, because I realized it was just words.
Oh.
It was just a distraction.
It was just a distraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can fix this problem.
Okay.
So, you know, since it's just words, this little computer ain't gonna help him. Look he's coughing for moonshine right now. Okay, this little computer thing ain't gonna help with nothing when it comes to real feelings. Like, there's no emotion there, okay? They're not even real. And see, Hunter's acting up on the podcast set because basically the AI told him, moonshine isn't good, don't do it. He's doing it more, okay? He needs someone like me to tell him that if he does that, He's gonna die.
So I think that's a great point, that it's a distraction. It's never gonna be there to stop you or, check on you. It's just there. Yeah. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The idea of AI therapy genuinely pisses me off because I'm not scared of technology, but it feels like another way to avoid actually dealing with people. And avoidance is kind of our whole problem as an addict. Addiction really isn't a puzzle you solve by saying the right coping skills into a chatbot. It's being lonely as hell and still pushing everyone away. It's hating yourself, then doing the one thing you promised you wouldn't do again. And AI can spit out supportive words all day, but it really doesn't mean anything to it. It's just talking. Like, that's all it is. And when I talk to a real person, there's something, like, actually there on the line. They can judge me, but they can get annoyed. They can care too much. That's uncomfortable, which is actually why it matters. See, a machine doesn't risk anything by listening to me complain about my life. If I disappear tomorrow, it doesn't notice. That's not support. That's just background noise.
Like peak. Like
Passionate.
it was passion. You're gonna be great. Okay, now we have a little portion for trivia. We're just gonna ask each other a couple questions, and kind of that'll be like our end thing. We're gonna end it off there. Okay, Sarah, name one example of how AI therapy tools might help someone.
There isn't one. There isn't one way it can help someone. It's just gonna destroy our planet and the bumblebees and the polar bears,
Okay.
the penguins.
What do you think about that, Lex?
What I think is, after everything we've already talked about, I could see a side where they can help people with, like, practice coping skills, but also track moods or talk, like, through their feelings.
Okay, Hunter. Why can AI therapy struggle to understand human emotions accurately?
Because AI does not have real emotions or life experiences.
That was a quick little answer.
What privacy risk comes with using AI therapy apps?
Well, I think that AI therapy is literally just... Shut up! I think AI therapy is literally just, like, they're analyzing different things to help you out, like analyzing different websites and stuff like that. So our feelings and our personal emotions could be used for more research and just hacked, and sometimes it can get you to say your personal information, and that could be really bad. Okay, we kind of went over our time a little bit, but I'd like to kind of conclude this by saying I think we were all in the beginning pretty against AI completely. Like, we don't want anything to do with it. We aren't even gonna talk about the good things, but I think throughout this we kind of opened our horizons a little bit, and we saw that maybe AI therapy isn't all bad. Like, we definitely aren't going to encourage it, especially after being with Sarah G and her stuff. I think that it was a good eye-opener for all of us not to be fully against something until we've actually talked about the facts of it. So thank you for listening to our podcast.
Dana's on Geek Bar.
Say bye, Lex. Bye. Say bye, Hunter.
See ya.
Until next time.